G'day time, my fuzzyites, and welcome back to Animal Crossing, day 356. Before we begin, more things happened. I can't control myself. I visited, or had, Tara J. Wolfie he visited me, earlier. We did some stuff, had some fun. I'll probably talk about that after this, but because Christmas is coming up, he got me some presents that I am very, very happy for. First off, before we go into the other rigmarole, he got me a Banjo-Kazooie pop figure. I did not know they made a Banjo-Kazooie pop figure. If I knew they made a Banjo and Kazooie pop figure, I would have gotten it a long time ago, so it was a great surprise to see. I love it. I might have to find a second one, just to have one in box and one outside of box. Because I don't usually care about stuff in boxes, but yeah, you know what? I'll definitely do that for Banjo and Kazooie. Love them. I love Banjo-Kazooie. You can see the whole, almost everything but, whatever it is, on my channel. And now we have yet another height of Banjo and Kazooie. Look at that. Look at that. Not fantastic that I lost the other Banjo. Hold on, where are you? Banjo. There you are. Yeah. But he also not only got me that, which I am very happy for, love that, he also got me a new Genesis. I did have an old Genesis that I never bring out because I didn't have any of the cords for it. As you can tell by it being very dusty. I think this is the first generation of Genesis, and that's the second one, I guess. Or this is one of the first models. So yeah, now I have another Genesis with the cords, so I can actually play it non-stop. And with that, he also got me a bunch of games. Like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I'll save you for last. Sonic the Hedgehog, not for resale. Or not for resale. One or two names it could go by. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic Spinball. Echo the Dolphin. And finally, Toe Jam and Earl. Which is actually a game I've wanted to play for a long time. It's on the Switch Online's whatever thing. But I've just never, gotten around to playing it. I want to play it for stream, and it's always been one of those things where it's like, oh, well, I have other games I need to go through. So I went through other games. But beyond that, we have some other stuff that I bought now. This is stuff that I've bought, being Pee-wee's Playhouse, the complete series. Woo, what a classic show to get high to. That I definitely won't be doing, maybe. Maybe not. Who knows?
Nintendo.
You. We got Beetlejuice. Fantastic movie. Or a movie that I really liked. Has its flaws, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good continuation of the Beetlejuice movie. Then we have Rick and Morty. Seasons 1 to 7. I enjoy Rick and Morty. 40. I haven't seen much either after season 6, maybe 4. So I am very behind. So it's good to have the complete series to have it. I also bought the Grinch Illumination, the Illumination animated movie that I watched actually yesterday. And I saw it and thought, oh, it's cheap. I might as well get it. And so I did. And finally, what started me off on this, oh, I might as well buy stuff. Because I have, when I start buying things, it gets harder to, like, stop, you know, buying things and whatnot. And I get on a roll and I buy quite a lot. But because of certain things going on, I thought, you know what, let's just buy. I got Bluey! Seasons 1 to 3! Yay! Because everyone loves Bluey. And I think Bluey is pretty good. I enjoy it very nicely. It includes every Australian original episode from seasons 1, 2, and 3. So that's good. That, I believe, is all for stuff I've bought / have gotten. So I started off a good selection of my Genesis thing, and I'm very lucky. Jay's very lucky, because for a while now, I have been looking at the Genesis and going like, oh, I should buy some of the Sonic games, you know, for collectors, to have it collected, because I have them on other things. I even just are trying to buy the Sonic Originals collection, plus to have a lot more games on there, just on the computer, so it's easier to find. Yeah, so luckily I hadn't bought any of that yet, and he was able to get it for me. So that's great. That's great. What is going on there? Yeah, but without further ado, I've been stalling long enough. Let's get into Animal Crossing. Like I said, good day time, my fellas. It is day 356 of Animal Crossing. Oh, so you're out of town. It is December 22nd, 2024 at 11:19 p.m. I'm Fuzzy. And yeah, so we're gonna have a nice, good day. It's snowing. Yeah. My voice might go out. Who knows? It might even sound a little weird now. Because, like I said, Tara J. Wolfie was over. So like I said, we hung out, exchanged presents. I'm gonna have to sell all that sometime soon. Oh, do I need to worry about anything? Because, yeah, the shops are closed, so I can't do anything shop-wise. Yeah, no. 23rd, so tomorrow, oh, it's Sahara, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, so Jay was over. We watched some stuff on YouTube, some funny stuff on YouTube. Good stuff. He knows some good things to watch. Watch some stuff on YouTube. And then we played Sonic 2. I wish we recorded it. Like, we kind of played it just to see if the system worked. It works really well. It works really well. But we were just, we made some really good jokes, I feel. I'm like, oh, man, we were like, if anything happens, we'll probably reuse a lot of that for future stuff when we play, because he will be joining me in the future for that game. So. So, you know, it's good. Yeah, we played that. We did Mean Bean Machine, which I'm not good at because my mind cannot work well trying to set things up and being quick, even though we were on the slowest setting. So that's going to be really fun to get to in the future when I eventually get to Mean Bean Machine. Yeah. And do my playthrough of Mean Bean Machine.
Nintendo.
We played some Pokemon Stadium, which was fun.
Nintendo.
The problem with me, well, with Pokemon, I don't know a lot about anything in Pokemon. It's not a series that I'm, like, a diehard fan of who knows, like, oh, in Gen 1, you could do this, and oh, in Gen 2, it's better to do this. So I kind of wing it and just pick what I like. But we did pretty good. I almost beat him. If I made some better choices, excuse me, and he made some worse ones, I might have actually won. But yeah, yeah, it was good seeing him. Got some good stuff. And then beyond that, because I had a lot of time yesterday, we're going on a hunt. We're hunting down those gyroids. Because, you know, what else do I do with my time? Here, I've watched a few movies. The first one I watched being SOS, Survive or Sacrifice. Which is a weird title for the movie because there isn't really any sacrifice in there. In there where someone has to make a sacrifice, I don't think. I don't remember. Yeah, that one's a weird movie, really well acted. But it's about a pair of sisters. Stepsisters, I think? Because one's American, the sister's Russian, I believe. Gargaloid, we need that. Good. 12 left. Cause I didn't even really pay attention. Like a lot of the stuff I do, I play games while watching these movies. Because a lot of them, they're not that good, so I don't want to devote my full attention to watching the movies. Because, you know, they're fine, but they're not, you know, sit down, get popcorn, watch fully, understand everything, go off, whatever. Yeah, they're nice to, like, have in the background. Especially because I have a lot of movies I need to watch. So that's why I also just put it on while I play other things. Just to get through them, because I have a lot of movies and TV shows that I'm going to need to get through. Nope, I just need a tall Polter Geode and a tall Buzzoid. Where am I going with this? But yeah, either way, watched it while I played whatever I was playing, which I'll talk to after I talk about what I watched. So the movie is weird because it's about sisters. I think a stepsister and then a whatever girl. She's like has a high-end job at a company, I guess, and they're there at the resort to like relax after doing good, I think. Or it's a company meeting. But the one sister, the Russian sister, accidentally forgets her passports at the airport. apparently. Somehow she just took it out, put it underneath her bag, or their bags at the airport, and then just left it. Which is also already a stretch, but I guess it's like, oh yeah, it makes trouble for them later. A bit, kind of? It feels more like a plot, not a plot hole, but more of a like, oh, we need conflict, so we're gonna do this, and then instead of like reasonable thing happens, we're gonna do something completely different. Because they get to the hotel they're supposed to be at, they sign in, the one concierge or desk lady is like, oh yeah, you don't have your stuff, but we do know who you are welcome to here, I'll leave a note about it, we'll call the airport, find your passports, you're fine, everything is fine, and whatnot. So they get to the room, the one Russian sister goes to bed, while the other sister goes out partying. At the same time, there's like a guy and another girl who do like a tag team thief thing, where she finds someone who's single and alone, I think most likely a girl, gets them out of the room, and then the guy goes in and steals. And so through doing stuff, she knows some friends, and one of the friends is like, hey, I have a hot air balloon, and whatnot. Oh, boo, don't need that. And they're like, oh yeah, let's go on the hot air trip. She agrees. And so, as they go to the hot air balloon, they tie it off. The one guy who's in charge says it's his air balloon. Tells another guy, oh yeah, tie it off to the truck. And whatnot. He does, he ties it to the truck. They all get in the hot air balloon, they start going. And quickly they realize, oh hey, we're floating away. And so he's like, oh, you tied it to the truck. You didn't tie. He's like, yeah, I tied it to the truck. What about the other end? He's like, oh, he's like, yeah, there's two ends to it. You need to tie it to the truck and tie it to the air balloon. So they go off. And of course, because of reasons, they can't just stop with the power and let them, you know, fly down slowly. They have to just let it go and hover up high. Maybe they said something like, oh no, we can't just end the thing, or else this will happen. Things happen. There's 4 of them, the two girls and 2 guys. They're in the hot air balloon, yada yada yada. Anyways, I'm not gonna go into it. It's interesting. If you want something interesting to watch, go for it. The one thing, like I said, that's weird is like the guy and girl have like a thing going where he takes the people out and what of the room, and then he goes in and he steals from them, and yeah. So at one point he goes into the room to try and steal. The one sister's there. She's like, oh, I'm gonna play a prank on my sister who left me all alone. He comes in, he's snooping around, she's in the closet, he opens it up, she screams at him, runs out of the room, and immediately tells the concierge, hey, someone got into our room, and he had a knife and whatnot. And then, like, so he skedaddles, threatens a girl who doesn't have her phone working because they're in a hot air balloon, and of course they don't have service wherever they are at the time of whatever's going on, or it died, or whatever reason they needed. And then the concierge calls the cops, and the one fucking cop is so dismissive. Just like, yeah, sure. Someone got into your room with a knife, huh? Oh. And the concierge or front desk guy's like, yeah, no, there's no evidence of them. They don't have passports or anything like that. We don't know how they got into the room. God knows the one girl wouldn't have written a note for her coworkers, hey, just so you know, this happened last night, this is going on. Or maybe he just dismissed it. But anyways, it's weird because, like, The only real reason why the thief plotline is there and the missing passport is there is so that the Russian sister, can get in touch with a cop who actually gives a crap, and the female cop does help the sister try and locate the Russian sister. Gets help trying to locate the other sister in the hot air balloon. That they don't know she's in a hot air balloon, or then they do because there was like a picture, I guess. Anyways, but yeah. And, like, you would expect, okay, the guy is a criminal, so there's going to be something coming in later where he gets caught, or because of what he does, he can help out, or whatnot. No. Not at all. His plot line kind of just ends with him being a dick. And it's like, okay, so literally the only point to him was A, get the one girl out of getting the other of him and his accomplice, getting her out of the room in order for him to try and steal stuff. And it's like, it's a fine movie. It was well acted. It has a lot of good special effects, I think, and whatnot. So, you know, it's fine. I'd say if you spot it somewhere, it's very cheap, and like you have nothing else to do, it's fine for a watch. It's not offensive in my opinion. Nothing like beyond amazing, but you know, it's something that's at least interesting to watch. So that was SOS Save Our Soul. Survive or Sacrifice. And like, I don't even get that is only there, SOS Survive or Sacrifice, because, you know, they're in trouble. They write an SOS at one point. They write out the one sign in blood, as you see there. But it's not like there was no sacrifice in the movie. It isn't like they're up there with a bunch of people, and then like, they're like, oh no, we need to lose weight or else we might die. Oh, we need to send someone over the edge in order to survive. Like, not the best title. I don't know what you would call it instead. Balloon Ride from Hell. Or some shit like that. But, like, it was fine. Not offensive, but, like, yeah. What would you do to survive? Again, they don't really do much. They don't do much. There's one point where they do something over the edge of the balloon to get a thing and whatnot. But there's not much where it's like, oh yeah, if you don't do this, we're gonna die. Or like, oh, we need to kill someone, or else we're all gonna die. So that was weird. That was a weirdie. Again, not a bad movie. Something I probably won't watch it ever again, but if my friend was like, hey, me and whoever, we're gonna watch the movie, you wanna like watch with me? I wouldn't be like, oh no, I'm leaving if that goes on. I'd be like, sure, why not? And then the next one I watched was the Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, which is another one of those, oh, it's snowing here, so I can't do shit here. Great. It's another one of those classic, oh, this is the story of Santa Claus, where, like, immortal beings exist, like fairies and nymphs and all that. And so it's just him growing up. He learns that, oh, the world is cruel, and it's extra cruel to children. As soon as they become of age, they have to start working. and whatnot. And so he builds toys. He builds some toys, gives it to the kids, and like, oh wow, mister, thank you, this is amazing. And then, yeah, it's your general run-of-the-mill, like, oh, how did Santa Claus come to be? And whatnot. Like, it is good. I think it has some high-profile voice acting as well. Because I'm pretty sure I heard the guy who voices Pete in the Mickey Mouse cartoons, as well as definitely some other ones. $1985. Oh, jeez. No, not that one. That's a stop-motion one. When you may either won't tell me. Oh, maybe that'll tell you what it's name. 2000. Okay, it was 2000.
Nintendo.
Cast. Robbie Penton. Yep. Jim Cummings. Dixie Carter. Carlos. Mary Kay Moon. So yeah. Good voice casting. It looked really good. It is a solid it is a solid movie. It's a solid animated movie that is really well done. It's very nice. It looks good. It has fine characters and conflict and whatnot. I recommend watching it. It's a nice holiday feature to watch, and I wouldn't mind watching it every few Christmases and whatnot. And then the other movie, if you can call it that I watched was the Opus and Bill in Wish for Wings That Work. Which is Opus and Bill like a series? It was Opus and Bill, A Wish That Work. Was it a comic at one point? / is? Country. Illustrations, been some books. Let's read well, but storylines feature periods of drug abuse and brain surgery. Yeah, so I guess it's based off a comic book / movie and whatnot. And I was expecting it to be a movie. It's not. It's like 30 minutes. And it's a fine thing about Opus who wants to fly. He wants wings to be able to fly and whatnot. And just some kooky people around him. He wishes to fly. And at one point, he helps Santa Claus. And stuff happens. It's 30 minutes. It's not that long. The animation was fine. The acting was fine. It's a fine movie. Nothing to write home about. But for a 30-minute thing, I wouldn't mind watching it every once in a while. It's somewhat fun. It's somewhat kooky. And whatnot. Again, not something I'd put on every once in a while or is going to be a favorite of mine. But if someone said, hey, we're watching this. Or like, hey, we need 30 minutes. Do you have any movies? I'd be like, Opus and Bill. And then the final movie that I watched, which I actually watched this, it's called Riddle Room. These all puzzles, all the pieces. Yeah, she got there, determined to escape and return to her daughter and husband. I'll explain what she's doing there as Emily aims to solve the riddles. Not be what it seems as she enters the room. Might not be what she seems. That one was interesting. It took me actually watching it again, just out the corner of my eye and whatnot, to fully understand the ending of it and go like, oh, okay, I get it now. And like I said, it's fine. It's an interesting movie with an interesting premise that I think in its own unique thing really works. I get what, now that I've watched it again, I get what they're doing and what they're going for, and it works. It works. Again, fun movie. Works. Because it starts with her waking up with not much knowledge, and the people who have kidnapped her wanting to know information about a specific date. And over the course of the thing, she gets her memory back on that date. And, like, you know, as they go through, you kind of learn, like, what the date was about. And in the end, you're like, it's an interesting, like, oh, this is actually... It's one of those things that is both very a genius thing, as well as kind of a, like, oh, okay. But, like, I liked it. I'd recommend, again, another movie, if you're watching, if, like, it's cheap or on something and you need something to watch that's kind of interesting, it all has to do in one room without much riddles. That's the only thing I would say is I watched this thinking that it was going to be, like, an escape room thing and whatnot, because when I hear Riddle Room and see a woman in a room, I think, like, oh, it's going to be about the girl is trapped, and she needs to use her ingenuity to really escape the room. Which, there's some stuff, but overall, it's more of, like, I can't really talk about more. Because the whole point of it leads up, it's one of those movies that leads up to a certain point, and once you understand that point, you go like, oh, this, I understand. And you can rewatch it and kind of put things together. But it's also one of those things where when the mystery in the end is revealed, it's kind of like, oh, okay. Well, now watching this again, it's kind of just watching, you know, her for her actions rather than the mystery it's going towards. But beyond that, I played more of the Super Mech, Minor Mechs. Got bored of that because I'm at the end game now and decided I need something different. And so I bought Unpacking and another game, played a bit of Unpacking, and decided it's fun, but it's unpacking someone's life, which is interesting. I wasn't in the mood to, like, kind of, it's interesting pulling things out that they've had before, and they're adding to it, so you can be like, oh man, look at this, they've gotten this now in this book now. Oh, they lost this. So you can kind of, like, see their life as they go. Interesting enough. I just wasn't in the mood to, like, for that. And then I also bought Glover, as I have it for 64, but I don't think the save really works on that one. But I bought it again, played through it. I only ever got to the boss of the treasure world, the pirate world, and now I've gotten to I'm almost at the end. I'm at the boss of the spooky fortress. After I beat that one, it's just the space levels left. And I've gotten everything. I beat the side missions. Some of them are really tough, but good challenge. But anyways, Glover, good game. I recommend it for cheap. Thank you, my fathers, for watching, and I will see you next anytime. Take care.